Rachael from the Kickass Midlife Method. So, end of week 4 on the great big menopause cut experiment over 6 weeks. 2 weeks left to go. I am now on about a 500, 600 calorie deficit from my maintenance. I would never do that with any of my clients because it's not sustainable and it's too hard. And here's for why. So firstly, yes, I'm going to say aesthetically, if you look at these pictures, I can see the difference. There has been a difference. I am recording this on Friday and I'll do my weights on Sunday. So I will put that into the description in terms of what I've actually lost. But in terms of the pictures, I hope you can also see that there has been a difference. But at what cost? So here's what I'd say. That deficit, firstly, means that when I'm going to the gym, I now can't lift as heavy as I did last week. So whereas before I was progressively overloading, I'm not progressively overloading. In fact, I've had to drop my weights because I simply don't have the energy to increase those weights. So obviously, that's not something you want to do for very long because that affects your ability to maintain and build muscle. So it's always a short-term thing anyway, but it's worth mentioning that. And then number 2, emotionally, much more down this week. Now, the weather has been awful and I have had 2 nights where I'd stayed up till 2 a.m. finishing a work project, which I don't normally do. So I'll caveat that and say that that has also had an impact. But even so, my focus and general mood and feeling of overwhelm, which I don't normally have, is definitely due to that calorie deficit. So when you're thinking, maybe if you're watching this and thinking, oh, I might try and cut that much, really think about it. Is that worth it? Because it is affecting my mood, therefore it's affecting my relationships. It's not been very pleasant for my partner Tom this week. So yeah, that's where I am. End of week 4. It's been really interesting to do this so far, seeing the effect of that difference of fuel in terms of my energy levels, my focus and my emotional stability. And I would also add that I'm a big runner. So in March, I'll start training for an ultra. And so it means that I've had to be very careful about how far I run and how long I run because I simply don't have the energy to do it. And there's not enough, I can't take on enough calories in order to do that run. So that's an interesting point for any of you watching this who are runners, who are maybe running in a calorie deficit. It's just not a good idea to run in a calorie deficit. You know, you want to be running for performance and have a phase of nutrition that's for that. And then if you're wanting to lose body fat, then you do that as a separate thing, a separate time when you're not training for something. So anybody watching that would be my takeaway for you. So 2 weeks left. Let's see where we get to.